Hello, my name is Mark Sioma. I'm a member of the Calkins Family Association Board of Directors. Marty Calkins and I met many of you in Seattle last year. Toward the end of the reunion, a few of us started brainstorming on ideas on how the association could face some of our existing challenges and effectively move ahead. That conversation led Melissa and the board to form a long-term strategic planning committee. The committee was made up of Christine and Larry Bryant, Peter Calkins, Nendette Armstrong, Larry Calkins, Chris Calkins, Melissa Calkins, Marty Calkins, and myself. Since then, as a committee, we've worked together to develop a strategic plan to lead us ahead. In May, we finished our work and submitted it to the board. It was approved, and today we're presenting that information to you. This video is the first part of a three-part series. This video will focus on the strategic plan. The second one will focus on the Hugh Calkins History Center development plan. And the third one is how we'll make it happen through volunteering and through donations. As a committee, our objective was to look at many things for the CFA, including where are we today, our organization's purpose, our logo, the services we provide, calkinsworld.org website, the Hugh Calkins House, the formal 5-year strategic plan, and how to fund our efforts to move ahead. We began our work with a basic self-assessment of the association. In particular, there are hundreds of thousands of people who can trace their lineage back to Hugh and Anne. Today, more than 10,000 people are alive that still share the Calkins name, and there are 300 active members in the association. As an association, we provide lineage services, we provide social activities to our members, we host the triennial family reunions, we operate the website and the newsletter, and we acquired the house in 2020. From a revenue standpoint, our revenue comes from membership dues and the annual fund drive. We also receive special donation and grants that fulfill special purposes. On our balance sheet, we have the cash from operations, plus we own the Hugh Calkins House here in Norwich, Connecticut. And on the liability side, we have a promissory note of $111,000. We completed our self-assessment and then we turned to you. If you recall, a few weeks ago, we sent out a survey to learn what you think. Here are the results. Overall, many of you were very happy with parts of the organization, and you've made a few excellent suggestions for improvement. We specifically noted that the family lineage connection is truly valued by you. You also want to learn more about the people and places where the Calkins family has made an impact. You feel strongly that we must preserve the stories and the artifacts for future generations, and that the house in Norwich is important to be protected as the last vestige of the early Calkins settlers. You specifically said we need to involve younger generations. You also want help with lineage research and the line of descent proofs from prior generation. Finally said you're willing to support the organization and our efforts. You just said, tell us how. Thank you for your strong participation. Your feedback has been heard. From that research, we were able to draw a few conclusions. Overall, as an organization, we've accomplished a lot. We connect with our members in a meaningful way, and we see a real opportunity to move ahead. But to do so, we need a vision and we need a plan. We also need to pay for it. As a part of that plan, we recognize that the house is our greatest challenge, is our largest asset, and comes with the most amount of risk. We see it as a priority for us. We see it as a vestige of our history that cannot be replaced. Our hope is that in 100 years, our ancestors will appreciate this effort. However, the house today is sitting empty and in need of some help. We also have a promissory note becoming due. Our current course is not sustainable, so after 5 years, it's time for action. Today, we'll propose a plan to move ahead. Finally, we completed our research by studying organizations like ours, our competitors, so to speak. We found that a few were inspiring, but many needed help. Troubled groups shared common themes, including lack of focus, not forward thinking, low activity, dominated by older aged members, no role for the younger generations, no apparent plan, and certainly a lack of funding. That exercise taught us to incorporate these lessons as a foundation into our plan, which include a duty to preserve and protect the family land and legacy for the future, instill a strong sense of purpose for our organization and with our younger members, adopt a long-term plan that illustrates CFA's goals and aspirations and how to reach them, and then finally ensure that the organization has adequate funding to operate into perpetuity. With all that in mind, we developed a 5-year strategic plan. Why 5 years? Well, we want the association to be something that will last into the future. We believe it'll take time to get there. This plan is ambitious and many details need to be worked out, but it is very achievable. It can be accomplished if we focus on the vision, stay diligent, and be a little patient. It won't happen overnight. It'll take time to organize and time to raise funds and gather resources to build. We hope you'll agree and want to support this effort. I've often thought about when Hugh and Anne decided to come to America 385 years ago. Can you imagine the discussion they had when they decided to take the voyage to America? I'll bet they dreamed about what it could be. I'll bet once they decided to make the move, they sat around the family table discussing those dreams, which evolved into a plan. Do you think they ever considered that we might be here today talking about that decision? I really wonder. Our duty is to keep that dream and spirit alive and hand it down to our descendants. That's what and why the CFA is all about. Like a garden, you plant seeds and over time things grow. But every great garden starts with a plan. As a committee, we started by updating our mission statement. It now reads, our mission is to use the stories and artifacts of the past to inspire modern people to strive to produce good for the future. It tells our members to look at our ancestors. They were amazing people. Look at their successes, look at their challenges, look at their failures. You can learn from them. Most importantly, they took a long view on life and family, a multi-generational approach. It should be the goal of every generation to make the next generation better. It's important to show our younger generations that they have an important role in the family legacy and that they are valued. They ultimately will shape the future. Next, we crafted a vision statement. For those not familiar with it, a vision statement is how others would see our organization if we accomplished all of our strategic goals. Our vision statement reads, to be recognized as a unique historical society that allows others to examine artifacts, conduct practical research, learn how to access their family history, explore period gardens, and communicate with other family members. As a community of cousins, the CFA hopes that the stories and lessons of the past will instill a curiosity in modern generations and will inspire them to pursue and achieve their dreams. Finally, we adopted these values to guide our behaviors, which include integrity and authenticity in our presentations, community fostered through shared heritage, innovation by leveraging modern tools, honesty and transparency in our communications, and accuracy in the presentations and financial reporting. To lead us ahead, we created a strategic plan with 5 goals. We intend to accomplish them by the year 2030. Goal number 1 reads, increase association membership and raise recognition of the Calkins family brand by launching a formal recruiting and expanding service programs. 2, establish the Hugh Calkins History Center as a place for gathering, research, education, and preservation of family artifacts. 3, establish the Calkins Foundation to solicit funds, grants, gifts, and legacy donations. 4, strengthen the CFA's organizational infrastructure and oversight. 5, increase the use of media tools to promote the association and our family's history. Let's take a closer look at them one by one. Goal number 1, we want to bring more family members into our association. That includes new members from new geographic areas, and most important, we want to appeal to younger members. Why? Well, studies show that family history knowledge helps adolescents develop a healthy sense of identity. That trait will give them confidence to pursue their dreams, and that trait is carried forward into adulthood. Next, we'll introduce our new association logo. It's designed to reflect Hugh and Anne's journey to America in 1640, as well as the contribution of all Calkin descendants. To view and learn more about it, go to our website. And with the release of the new logo, we'll be offering new merchandise to increase our brand identity. We just released a complete redesign of our website. It includes a number of new features for you to enjoy, including feature stories and landmark locations. You read or watch the stories of our amazing ancestors, as well as the places across America where the Calkins family has made an impact. Finally, we want to add your stories to our portfolio. Every day, new things are happening, and your cousins are interested to learn about it. Please reach out to us. Goal number 2 is to establish the Hugh Calkins History Center. Research tells us that the Calkins family members owned several homes and barns in Norwich. By the early 1700s, the family had acquired more than 350 acres for orchards, crops, and animal pens. Today, it's all gone, except for the property known as the Deacon Hugh Calkins House. In 2020, we learned it was targeted for the wrecking ball, so we acquired it. Since then, we've completed a historical ownership study and received a technical engineering assessment of the structure. It turns out the house was not owned or lived in by Hugh and Anne. The original family homes were just down the road. The family bought this land in 1680 from another settler, and this house was built around 1749 by Hugh Calkins III for his son. FYI, Hugh III was also a deacon. The land and the house remained in the family for more than 150 years. Today, a hardware store sits where Hugh and Anne once lived, a gas station sits where John and Sarah lived, and an electric supply company sits where Deborah and Jonathan Royce lived. Today, we come to you with a commitment to preserve this land and this house. It's the last vestige of our original ancestors in Norwich. However, the location will take on a new meaning as it becomes the Hugh Calkins History Center. The Hugh Calkins History Center will include the original house, a new visitors center building, and beautiful gardens. We intend to showcase the historic house and preserve it as a monument. We intend to build a new visitor center as a place where we can meet, we can store and display artifacts. It'll also act as a facility for research. We also intend to create beautiful gardens on the property to display natural horticulture and silviculture. It will also include a garden walkway with signs and monuments to tell the story of the land, the people, and the events of the past. We hope that the Hugh Calkins History Center will become something treasured for generations to come, a place you will want to share with your family. Goal number 3 is to create the Calkins Foundation to improve our fundraising efforts. Our plan is to coordinate all of our fundraising efforts under a foundation. Right now, we rely on membership dues and annual fund drive to cover our operating expenses. We also receive special donation, gifts in kind, and grants to support other efforts. These programs will continue. Later this year, we'll be introducing our long-term endowment program for estate planning donors. And today, we are introducing a capital fund campaign for the Hugh Calkins History Center. Fundraising is something that must be done with the utmost of professionalism. We will train the members of our team involved, and we will install proper controls. Finally, we need to take advantage of employer matching programs, as well as tax deduction, IRA and RMD programs, and donor-advised funds. Goal number 4. Like any good organization, we will strengthen our management and oversight. That will be accomplished through written plans, setting benchmarks for performance, and annual budgets. We will publish written policies on fundraising and require formal audits. And finally, goal number 5, we will improve our technology and media tools. We're in the process of moving our operating system from a platform called MembershipWorks to a new one called Give Suite. It's a modern system with greater capabilities. Most of the transition will be seamless. When completed, we hope you'll notice the improvement. As I mentioned earlier, we have just released significant improvements to our website. Go to calkinsworld.org to see more. To enhance your Calkins history experiences, we're producing a number of new videos. You'll be able to see them on our website or on our YouTube channel. We'll also integrate QR code links in a number of ways to allow you the quick response access to Calkins family information. Finally, we will promote our strategic plans and protect our intellectual properties. Okay, to recap, here are the 5 strategic goals in our plan. If you're interested to review the full plan document, please contact a board member. We're happy to share all the details with you. We truly believe that this plan gets us focused and on the path to success. I hope you'll agree that we're on the right track and you will want to offer your support. To learn more about the Calkins History Center, watch our next video. You can find it on our website or on the Calkins Family Association channel on YouTube. Thank you very much.